Take a load off, grab a seat. Pull up a chair, prop up your feet. That's fine by me. Fine by me. Yeah. It's podcast time.
Fine by me.
How's everybody doing? I'm back. I'm off my deathbed. I was having damn psychosis last week. They had to call Dr. Fauci, and we got us a new vaccine in the works. I had this new disease called
Pussy ceiling.
swine flu volume 7. I ate too much bacon and my sodium got too high.
If we ever do get monetized, this will immediately be demonetized because
This episode.
You said Fauci and vaccine within the first minute.
Well, I'm also in Japan, so it doesn't count. So
yeah.
Hey,
would you call that a Shaolin temple? What kind of structure are you visiting there?
This is the Osaka Castle, back from when samurai ran Japan for almost 700 years. It was a power struggle. There were civil wars going on all over the island, and a guy named Tabunaga, he brought everybody together, and they united underneath one dynasty, and that ruled probably 250 years even after he passed on. And then they fucking bent us over and fucked us in the ass on December 7th, 1941. Pearl Harbor.
Just to show us they could. Well, I'm at sort of a Shaolin temple of America right now. I am at a Panera Bread.
Oh, the last hope, the last beacon of civilization.
And considering they are considered a bakery in California, they do not have to abide by the $20 an hour minimum wage.
Oh, no shit. Well, that's good.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's just expensive hospital food.
The owner of Panera is best friends with Gavin Newsom.
Ugh.
So bakeries are the only businesses in California that don't have to abide by the $20 an hour minimum wage law.
I think you added a couple more syllables to Panera than what they're supposed to be. Panera.
Who would want
to
work there then? If you can go work, I mean, I don't know how much they pay I wonder how much they pay in California.
Yeah.
Well, the cost of living in California is like astronomical.
Yeah, it's crazy. But I'm saying, who would want to work at Panera Bread?
Do you know if California was its own?
If you're going to make below minimum wage.
Oh my God. It's asking me if I'm a fucking human.
Do you know if California was its own country, it'd be like the 10th biggest economy in the world?
What? Really? Oh, yeah, I knew that, yeah.
Texas is up there, too. It's like number...
a lot of that... homelessness in the world, it would have the most per capita homelessness in the world, too, probably.
Do you think that the United States has the most homelessness in the world? Or, obviously, that's probably dumb to ask
so.
that.
Depends on what you call a home.
How about, per developed countries? Do you think the United States homeless is kind of up there?
First world countries?
Yeah, developed countries.
It says Panera ranges from $15.25 for an opener and it says $27.93 an hour for a maintenance technician. The hell's that?
They ain't there making sandwiches, baby. That's what they're working on sandwiches.
No, that's the guy that comes in and fixes the Frappuccino machine.
Fixes the soup machine. It blows that hot ass.
He's not even
out.
Getting $30 an hour. Would we count Nigeria as a developed country?
Sure.
I never have in conversation.
I've never been, so I've never seen it. I know Japan's lovely.
I've never.
Nigeria has the highest number with 24.4 million.
Where are we at?
Without proper housing. Syria has the highest rate of homelessness with 37% of its population living without a home. Honduras has 1 million. South Africa. Let's see. I don't even think we're top 20.
That's good. Shocking.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's like the one list that we aren't on.
They talk about it like it's a big problem. Sounds like we got it solved.
It sounds like we got it pretty much under control here.
Yeah. I don't talking about.
I don't know.
Man.
Oh wait, 20 countries. Let's see. Where's the list at? Tell me the list.
I will say you do see it more in bigger cities. Like when I lived in Clarksville, it's something I seen every day. I don't see it around here every day.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even. There's some encampments I know about around Nashville that are pretty shocking to see. But it's not like crazy.
On the square in Franklin, you know the new courthouse building, Josh, and there's an alley in between the new courthouse building and let's say like Franklin
Yeah.
Sporting Goods.
Yeah.
There's an alley with a metal staircase, and we took some pictures of Tucker just like Spider-Man on those stairs because it kind of looked like a big city alleyway.
Right.
And then Tucker said, "Daddy, is this your sock?" And I looked down and there was a sock, and I looked over and there was a dude sleeping in a sleeping bag underneath that stairway.
I hate
Yeah.
that.
And I was like, I guess we're done taking pictures here.
Why didn't your son fucking do his job as Spider-Man and get his ass out of there?
What do you want him to do? Take him to the unemployment office? Is that what Spider-Man does?
He's supposed to clean the streets up, dog.
When banks aren't getting robbed, he
fucking shooting them
like,
fucking ropes or whatever the fuck he does. Bam, bam,
he works
bam,
at
bam,
the Social
bam.
Security office.
Yeah, he works for the Homeland Security Office. Dude, have y'all watched some of that trial today, or that not trial, but the congressional hearing of them dragging that Secret Service lady?
I
had
watched,
to fucking turn it off. They were yelling at her.
I watched all of it, except for it did get boring after like hour 2 because
had one woman asked her. She said, she said yes or no question. Was it a colossal, some kind of pretty much fuck up? She said it was a miscommunication. She said, yes or no. Was it colossal or not? Yes or no? I was like, I can't watch this. I feel like it's my parents' fight when I was little.
She said it could have been worse.
Yeah, I guess it could have been.
It could have been worse. You're right. It could have been.
Just a little.
Man.
The
sure as shit could have been.
Oh, that's wild. But
man, some about me being outside makes my eyes look almost blue today.
I call them bungalow blue. I was thinking about how gorgeous they were.
There was I can't remember which person it was on Congress that requested that the transcript be pulled after it, and she's trying to say she was committing perjury, like in front of everybody, because apparently she said something different like 2 or 3 times. Even though she was kind of saying the same thing the whole time, apparently she went back on some things a couple times, and the lady was like, "I want this bitch in jail."
She looks like she hadn't slept in about 9 days.
Where did she? She was head of security for like a Fortune 500 company.
CTOS.
Yeah.
CTOS.
Yeah.
What's CTOS?
CTOS. It's like who does like body shop.
They do uniforms for all of the country. Rugs and damn
cleaning supplies,
dust mops and shit.
Yeah.
They're like an industrial supplier is what you'd call them, I guess.
Yeah, pretty big company.
How does a private employee in the private district get one of the highest ranking? I mean, I would consider that a military job.
Dude, they let me work at the park here in Franklin one time. So I mean, anybody can get a job.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Taking an application D-ball.
I mean, she applied, I guess. Somebody's like, "Oh, I guess she'll be all right."
Yeah, there was somebody that one of the people
she was in charge of making sure the like your badge readers were working to get in the door of CTOS. That
like
was
the
all
magnet things,
yeah.
She just called.
She said, "Look here." She said, "Look at the fucking name tag, buddy."
Yeah, buddy.
Bucko.
Golly. But anyway, I just happened to think about that because it's been all over the news today, and I watched like 30 minutes of it, and it was just them screaming at her, and I was like, God.
Yeah, once it got to the end when Marjorie Taylor Greene and I'm drawing Lauren Biebert and stuff like that started drilling her, it was getting like they were upset.
Yeah, they were ugly. Like it was like, not very professional. I didn't think it some of it.
I did one thing that I will say that was a positive on it. It was probably the first thing that's ever come to Congress that was actually bipartisan, and the Democrats and Republicans both were like, hell,
it's been a while.
We're gonna fuck this bitch up together.
It's probably been since the Carter administration.
Yeah. I thought that was neat that the only thing different was Raskin, which is the ranking whatever ranking member or some shit,
The
whatever his
Jewish
title
fella.
is. What?
The Jewish fella.
I guess I don't know. He
He
tried to
is big
shoehorn gun
time.
control in
Maryland.
there every chance he got, and nobody else. There was, I think, there was one other lady that kind of mentioned it, but he kept saying these assault rifles, these ARs, they've got to be out of the hands of people. And I'm surprised nobody like challenged him on that. I think everybody was just like, all right, let's just stay.
Let's move on from this shit.
Yeah,
Let's
let's
not.
kind of stay united in the fuck this
Yeah.
bitch area.
This isn't where we're what we need to be talking about today.
Yeah.
She ain't got
Oh,
nothing to
she's
do with it.
probably I mean, I'm sure she was involved in the meetings, but she's a scapegoat. They're using
Oh
her.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's wild that she hasn't, and I don't want to spend too much time on this, but it is wild that she hasn't like had a press conference or anything. They had to subpoena her to get her to talk at this.
I don't blame her though, dude. Like, she's probably just overwhelmed. Like,
Well, as the
it's a big
director of the
fuck up.
Secret Service, how much money does she make? Way too much, probably.
Yeah, 200,000
had a-
probably.
She should have had a press conference the day after. She should have been on the ground the night of
Transparency
Boots on the ground.
goes a long
Boots on
way.
the ground. Boots on the ground.
That was what, I don't remember who it was, towards the end of the thing. He was like, "Hey, we would probably all be a lot nicer to you right now if you'd have been transparent through all this." He was like,
Well, that is true. I didn't think about that. Yeah, I didn't
all
think
we
about her
want is
like
information.
hiding.
We want to know what's going on, and all we've got going on right now is every media outlet just feeding into conspiracy theories because we don't have any other information other than.
What's the wildest shit you've heard about it? Like the wildest conspiracy?
I mean, there's a two-shooter
That the
situation. There was
Republicans-
some kind of zip line from the water tower to a truck.
Zip line. Is this motherfucker Jason Bourne?
Yeah. Well, funny enough, somebody does have video of a truck being over there, and that truck was actually registered to the Department of Agriculture. So there was a truck underneath this water tower that was there during everything, and it was gone after the shooting took place. So take with that information what you want. But the zip line thing, whenever I heard that, I was like, all right, that's a little bit wild. This dude is zip line.
The only question that I've had from all of it, and like I said, I'm going to kind of move away from it after saying this, but they show those Secret Service fucking snipers like right behind Trump, looking at where the dude shot from. Like, is that not their job to like look for that shit? Like, you think about people like you've probably got buddies that were in the military. If you go out to the damn eat like anywhere to eat with them or to the store, they're looking for exits. I mean, they're like it's like in them. So like if you do that every day, like they would have seen that dude like, hey, we got to get this dude off the roof of this building.
Yeah,
Supposedly,
I said it last week whenever we were on with Tutley and Nick. Like protocol for this is they knew about this dude for 30 minutes prior to shots taking place. They knew where he was, saw this guy, it was reported to him, and if they knew he was there and potentially a threat, like it could have been just a random guy being weird, but what you do in that situation is don't let Trump go on.
Right.
And
because that's what you can control.
Figure what this fucking dude's on the roof with an AR, or we don't even know what gun he was using. It looks like
Red Ryder.
It looks like an AR-15 from what you can see in like one picture, pretty much. But yeah, you just don't let them go on until you assess that risk and then move on. So
yeah. Anyway, enough of that.
Well, we're gonna talk about Christie's hero dropping out of the race.
Oh, Joe Biden. Dude, I knew he was going to drop out when I saw that debate that night whenever we was doing that live. I knew there wasn't a chance in hell. I don't think they're going to back Kamala.
I don't either. I know that Biden and Hillary Clinton has endorsed him, and there's probably other ones too, but there's big ones. But Obama didn't. Obama went out of his way to not endorse her. And
right.
And he's like one of the most beloved Democrats we've had. Even like some people on the
right people will listen to him regardless. That's how Joe Biden got elected as president this last time. That's how they got behind him this last time was because of Obama. If it wasn't because of Obama, we wouldn't even have him as president now.
Yeah. So I don't think so either. But if they do, I think it's the dumbest thing ever. Because if you remember back in 20 or was it 2016? Whenever she was running, or I guess it was 2020. She was running against Biden, and
In
she
the
got
primary.
no delegates, like zero.
Right.
I
Zero.
think she got 2.5% of the vote.
Well,
or something
I
like
just
that.
don't think she's a very likable person. So she's really hard to push on people. You know what I mean?
Well, everybody knows she was the prosecutor in California forever,
Right.
and put so many people in jail just for a minor amount of weed. So
Yeah.
I saw somewhere it said now you got a cop against a felon. That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. Both were true. Both were true things.
yeah, both are true, weirdly enough.
Fuck it.
But yeah, so now the Democrats don't as a party, like the citizens of America, the Democrats don't get to choose their candidate. Now there's like just a group of rich elites that get to choose
Yeah.
who's going to be the next. Yeah.
I
Yep.
posted
So-
this on Facebook the other day. This will be the first time since Gerald Ford that we've got somebody that will be in the office that wasn't elected.
And his ass had a lot of assassination attempts against him.
Yeah, well, he was only in there because Nixon got impeached.
Right. Right.
And then
Tricky Dick.
Yeah, old Tricky Dick. And I
Tricky
think
Dick.
that he may have been. I'm surprised they. I think that I don't know why. If it was too close to, this is just conjecture, I guess on my part. But I think
What's that mean?
like just my assumptions, my opinion.
I told you about using big words around me, but go ahead.
I don't even think conjecture.
Usually
is
when
right
I'm
to use right
usually
there,
when I'm congested, I take some like Sudafed PE or something.
Is that right? Anyway.
Yeah.
But I think that they would have ended up taking out Nixon if the Watergate thing didn't stick. I think he was doing some stuff that was anti-elitist. I don't know enough about Nixon. I know a decent amount about the things he was trying to get done.
He come from a very modest background.
Yeah, I think he wasn't playing ball, and that's why they got him out of there. But that's a theory for another time.
Yeah. Anyway, more exciting news from Fine by Me. Next week will be our 50th episode. Count it, 50.
Gang, 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 gang.
We got some exciting stuff. We're going to be planning. I'm sure we'll be talking about some fun stuff. I think it'd be fun if we did like some trivia about the podcast to quiz our Tommy knockers on our listeners. You know, like maybe throw out some, multiple choice questions maybe or something like
What day
on the
did Nick
social
get
media.
divorced?
Which leg is Josh
What?
missing?
Yeah.
How many times has Josh been to rehab?
How many of us have a drinking problem?
Ooh,
Past and present.
that's going to be a tough one. All the above. Oh, me.
Oh man, I don't know. We'll have to think about that.
How many of us have
Yeah.
been divorced at least once?
Yeah. Our listeners, it's definitely going to have to be multiple choice for our listeners, though.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Might be
It
better
can't
if
just
they
be-
were all true or false.
Oh, yes or no? Yes, I said yes or no.
Yes or no.
Yes or no,
Don't
damn it.
don't write a damn paragraph. Yes or no.
Yes or no. I don't need to hear all this excuses. Yes or no.
Oh my god. Yeah, I'm
Chrissy
sure.
told me the other day,
We're gonna be cooking something up. We're also doing this on Monday. We tried to do it yesterday, but Nick had a little bit of a snafu, or he did.
How convenient.
Yeah. I got back from my rafting trip at like 1:00 yesterday, which was awesome. Oh, the rafting guide threw his shoulder out of socket in the first 5 minutes, and we had to like find a nurse on another boat to come over. It was actually Tutley's wife jumped off of her boat into our boat and put his shoulder back into socket, and then he was like, "I'm good to go." Yeah,
They're a different kind of people. You know what I mean?
the Tutleys.
No, the fucking rafting guys.
Yeah, but and then
yeah, them. Them too.
towards the end of the trip, he let me guide the raft for like 5 minutes, like through a rapid and everything. And like I had the right side paddling frontwards and the left side paddling backwards, and we spun all the way through the rapids. It was wow.
Did y'all go to Ocoee?
Yep, the old Coey.
I've been on the Ocoee. It's pretty rough, man.
Yeah, I'd love to get you down in there sometime, boy.
I've been down there before. I didn't go out of the boat.
What do you mean?
I think they choose. I think they choose if they want you to get thrown out or not.
Me and my brother locked arms, and he kept me in the boat. My brother kept me in the boat, probably.
Heard that.
When was that? How old were you?
A few years ago.
Where did you have your leg?
I did have my legs still.
Okay. That
Yeah.
probably helped.
Yeah.
But
A little more grip.
Yeah, then I got back at 1. About 3:00, we get a call from Melissa's mom. Her dad fell. He was standing on the kitchen counter in his socks and fell. Hit his nose on the island, and then bounced off of it and hit the floor and was unconscious for like an hour. Just laying in the foot. Broke 3 vertebrae in his neck. Like broke a bone above the top of his vertebrae. It's like a ball socket, and it controls the rotation of your skull.
Does he gotta wear one of them big ass like things on his head?
It's not quite that big, but it's about that big. Yeah.
No, it's not that big, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. That's a
It's
bad
wild.
injury for
It's
anybody, but especially with somebody with some age on him. I don't know how old he is, but I know how old Melissa is, so he's probably in his.
Dude, that would fuck anybody up.
And yeah, he had bone cancer about 12 years ago.
I bet the damn bones didn't like following them.
Yeah.
No.
They've been through enough.
He was probably 9 feet in the air, standing.
God damn.
Yeah.
He should have had a safety harness on him.
This is not OSHA approved.
Yeah, I was gonna say Ocean wasn't around probably.
He didn't have his lanyard on.
But it is crazy that I'm down here because I did get a email from corporate with our first advertisement.
Oh, fuck. Here we go.
Are you tired of getting lost in the maze that is Vanderbilt University Hospital? Do you crave personal attention and top-notch care without the hassle of finding parking for hours? Welcome to United Trinity Heart Hospital, where your heart and sanity come first. At United Trinity, you're not just a number, you're family. We actually remember your name, unlike some places that we won't mention. No more wandering through endless hallways. Our hospitals are easy to navigate, and you'll find your room faster than finding a bathroom at Vanderbilt. Forget circling the parking lot for hours. Our parking is so spacious that you'll think you're at a drive-in theater. And our heart specialists are so top-notch and have a sense of humor, too. Laughter is the best medicine, after all. So, why settle for less when you can have the best? Come to United Trinity Heart Hospital, where your heart's well-being and your peace of mind are our top priority.
Thanks, you.
So I've got a funny story about a hospital.
Do you?
My dad was at St. Thomas back in 2019 whenever he had his whole deal before he passed away. And I still had 2 legs, but I still had my fucked up stomach. Well, we've been down there for like 2 weeks, like every day. And I had on some like black track pants, and like to get to his room, he was in the critical care unit. So you had to like go up one elevator, walk down like this long hallway, get on another elevator and go up to like this different wing and then go down. So like once you got off the first elevator, there was no bathroom until you got back to that elevator. You're probably talking 200-300 yards and then up an elevator, then down to where he was at.
Mm-hmm.
So we've been down to the cafeteria, and I'd ate like some like, it was like Tuesday, so I'd ate some like Southwest like corn dip, like taco meat and all this sorts of shit.
Hell yeah.
So my brother and sister had just got there. They got off work and come up a little bit later. Well, I was in my dad's room and I had a shit pain hit, and I was like, fuck. So I take off towards the first elevator, get to the first elevator, I'm fine. Go down, get to the next elevator. Well, I start down this fucking long hallway, dude, and it just hits. Dude, I try to let a fart out and I shit. And down one whole side of my leg, it was nothing but like corn and fucking like chunks of tomato and shit. Every other step I took to the fucking like bathroom. Well, the bathroom was right by the elevator. Well, mind you, when you come out of the elevator, if you look down the left, the hallway I just come from, every other step for the whole length of the hallway was a fucking pile of corn, tomatoes, shit, salsa looking shit. Like a little, about the size of a hockey puck or some shit, like a baseball. So I'm in the bathroom like, what the fuck, dude? I don't have any other clothes. I'm like, no service in this damn hospital, you know? So I'm like, damn. Well, I hear the elevator doors open. Well, I hear a knock on the door, and it's my brother. And he goes, hey, bud. He goes, "You in there?" And I was like, "Yeah." I said, "Is that Zach?" He goes, "Yeah, man." He goes, "You all right?" And I said, "Not really." He goes, "Well, I'll go downstairs and get you some pants in the gift shop." And he went down there and got me some pants, dude. Well, we were there for like 2 or 3 more days, and all they did was like go over top of that, like every other pile of that shit with like the big mopping machine. So it didn't even clean it that good. So like there was shit down that hallway for like the whole rest of the time we were there. It's like after my dad passed away, I'm walking down the hallway and I look down every other step from like 4 days before and the state of my shit from where I'd walked. And I just started laughing, dude. I didn't know what else to do. And I was just like, what the fuck? This is the dirtiest fucking hospital I've ever been in.
Oh,
That might be hey, that might be a good idea for number 50 to remap the that reminded me of the Bass Pro story.
Oh yeah. This is just one of many times this has happened to me in my
Yeah.
life. That's why I have no
That one
shame.
Story that the
yeah,
Tommy
that one needs
Knockers,
to be in person. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
the Tommy
But
Knockers
anyway, I thought that was
hear
funny.
because we lost. It was a legitimate lost episode.
Yeah, that's the Bass Pro Shop story is way better than that one. But talking about like because I remember it was so many elevators and shit just to get to his room, and I was like, golly, hope we don't have any emergency in here. Somebody's got to get to his fucking bedside. Yeah,
That's terrible.
that was a mess. Anyway,
That's terrible. I've never been to Vandy. I don't think, at least.
I've been once or twice. I've never been there for like 2 or 3, days in a row or nothing.
Yeah.
Well, that was all slander coming from United Trinity Heart because it is very nice down here.
They have a good cafeteria from what I remember.
Yeah, I mean, look at this place.
Very
Yeah.
nice, very nice.
I've had
I feel like one of those elites that I keep hearing about on the news.
I've
Some
had
sort of
some
down here.
I've had some real friends, not Nick, that have ended up at like had cousins or something that have ended up at Vandy, and they're like, "Hey man, I ain't doing anything, been at this hospital all day. You want to go get something to drink?" And I'd go meet them somewhere down in around Germantown or whatever. But I know
Josh, did something like that sound like backhanded to you? Did you feel that, Josh, or was that just because it was my name?
I think that I'm just so used to it by now. I don't even notice it.
Man, your glasses are
talent.
so reflective tonight.
I know it's the damn blue light. I've got like a light on me so you can see me better because like
Yeah.
it's a weird. It's just cloudy outside.
Yeah.
So
You look like a jaundiced Keanu Reeves.
yeah, I can see that. Maybe like a poor man's Robert Downey Jr. before he went to rehab.
Who was the last samurai? Was that Tom Cruise?
Yeah, that was Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Yeah, you look like a jaundiced Tom Cruise.
I was kind of going more for Bloodsport.
Oh, do y'all remember there was a guy that said he was like he taught this whole class in Japan, I think, about the lone black samurai.
Hmm.
And he got fired last week.
I don't see him around here anywhere. He's not here.
His whole career got deleted because he made the story up. They like he taught a class on it in Japan.
That's
for
hilarious.
years.
They're like, nah, man.
And
that
then
never
it turned
happened.
out that it was just all made up.
Because they're very traditional people.
What did he do? Photoshop?
I don't remember.
Somebody-
Yasuki. Yasuki was a man of African origin who served as a samurai. Well, Wikipedia's still not been updated, but apparently, just recently, that dude that taught that class, like they just got rid of him, and you can't even Google the guy anymore because they deleted all of his records.
I bet that was a very interesting class, though. I bet it was wild as shit.
I don't know
You
if
think
he's the one that
Wikipedia
made it
caught
up.
on to it?
I don't remember. Like they treated that dude fucking bad though. I wish I could find that article.
They whoop his ass with bamboo sticks or something.
I
Yeah,
wish.
that's what I was gonna say. They slashed and burned him.
They fucking torture him. They make him commit seppuku.
Man, Sudoku's rough.
Yeah, man.
Thomas Lockley was the guy's name that got fired. Let me see if I can.
I bet
I
it was
didn't
a
even mean to
liberal.
bring this up. It's not even a Japanese fella. It's a white guy.
That's even better. Looks like me
That's
over
what they
there
get.
walking around.
That's what,
I've been blocked by network security. Fuck, I've got my VPN on. So
I am excited about Shogun season 2. By the way,
I haven't watched any of it. I know you talked about it
oh
probably
man, I just
early
rewatched
on.
it again. That's why I got. That's why I'm in this great Japanese spirit, this imperial Japanese spirit.
How's your mental health over there? I read I saw a video
Not
earlier
good.
this week that said if you're sad at home and you go somewhere else to vacation, you're probably just gonna be sad there too. So you might as well just stay at home
Yeah,
instead.
I have
Yeah.
a constant. I'm really never sad. I'm more anxious, I would say. Yeah.
And what do you do with those anxious thoughts? What do you do
What
with
do I
those
do?
anxious thoughts, Josh?
I just try to stay busy.
Yeah.
I used to drink. I had to
Well,
quit
it sounds
that.
like you're distracting yourself. Maybe you
Speaking
should
of speaking of quitting things, I was telling Wes while you were on the phone a little bit ago that I am yesterday 1 month without red meat. And I will tell you this, my stomach has gotten 1,000 times better.
Well,
There's a
that's
lot of people
great.
that are like
So
that.
maybe it was just red meat this whole time, just
That'd
fucking
be
me
wild.
up.
Maybe you got that
Because the dude, like I like seriously, like I felt better, like my stomach, I had no pain, like no gas, like none of that shit.
maybe you got that hermaphrodite disease or whatever from all those booster shots.
Dude, my damn skin's clear, like I don't itch anymore, like my eczema's clearing up, all that shit.
Yeah.
There's
What
a
do they
lot of
call
people
that?
that are like that.
Red meat, dude, I miss cheeseburgers so much.
Alpha gal?
Yeah, alpha. Well, I don't know if it's necessarily alpha gal. Maybe I just have a really bad sensitivity to red meat. Because I can eat lamb, like lamb doesn't bother me. It's red meat.
If you had it, it would be called beta gal.
Oh yeah, be
Yeah.
called gamma, alpha, omega, and gamma rays.
Sigma
What do y'all
epsilon?
think is the best fast food burger?
McDonald's.
McDonald's, like a quarter pounder with cheese.
McDouble.
Oh, not a
Yeah, I was
McDouble.
gonna say I like that. I like a couple double cheeseburgers is my like go to. But if I wanted like a real good fast food burger, excluding Guys because it costs $30 to eat there,
Yeah.
I would probably go with Checkers or Rallies.
Oh yeah, get you a big Buford.
Freddy's.
I'm getting a Baconator.
Freddy.
I like Culver's myself.
Culver's is good.
Man, Freddy. Oh,
Yeah, it's like
A
steak and
Freddy
shake,
steak
like
burger.
that kind of style of burger, like I guess like a smash burger, right?
Yeah.
That'd be a smash burger.
Well, it's also like a
Freddy
some kind
steak
of
burger.
butter bun or
I'll
something.
try.
Oh yeah, butter burger. They put like a
Yeah.
slice of like a little slice of butter on the thing where it just melts all over it.
I'm still looking up this Yusuke thing.
I got you. I
I'm
want
sorry,
to talk
I'm
about.
like locked in on it because
You're good because I want to talk about another one of my favorite movies that's got a sequel is going to start filming in September and be done in November, and that's Happy Gilmore 2. And they have
All
got
right.
Kyle Newacek, which you may know as Carl from Workaholics, is going to
Yeah.
be the director. So it's going to be
hell
very
yeah.
funny. Very funny movie, I'm sure, hopefully. And they say, they haven't said for sure, but they're hinting like it's going to have Julie Bowen, the woman that played Virginia Vennett. She's going to be back. And, of course, Christopher McDonald, Shooter McGavin, is
What about-
rumored to be back.
What is it about Adam Sandler's movies that all of his love interests have a double V name?
VV, I don't know. You got,
Vicky Valancourt,
yes,
Veronica
Veronica Vaughn, Virginia Vennett.
Huh.
That
I
is
don't remember
true.
what she looks like. I might look that up here in a second.
she's hot.
She's pretty.
She is. So
She's
hot.
she's in the show Modern Family.
You think her mom's coming back?
Oh,
Or
yeah.
his mom's coming back?
Whose mom?
Adams.
You mean his grandma?
Yeah.
No, I don't think she's with us anymore. Wes. She's probably like she was a fucking. She was 95 in 1994, so probably not.
That's funny.
She'll be up
She
there in
survived the
sky
first.
with old.
Oh, with the alligator that took Chubb's hand and Chubb's and Abraham Lincoln.
I think Chubb died
Yeah,
too, right?
Chubbs is up there.
Yeah, he
too.
did, man. That's
Yeah.
what sucks. I was hoping he'd be in there.
Yeah.
He also plays Apollo Creed in Rocky.
Yeah.
You know who should take Chubb's spot? Should be Ernie Hudson, which was the Black Ghostbuster. They should just put him in as Chubbs and just not say anything. See if anyone notices.
No,
He-
dude.
I
Who
was
should
gonna
they
say
put?
Ernie
They should do
Hudson.
Craig Robinson.
Ernie looks like Chuck did now in the first.
Craig Robinson would be
Gilmore,
good.
Yeah,
like age-wise, they don't really favor each other, I guess. Other than
Ernie
Gene Black,
is pretty buff for like
he
a
is.
70-year-old. Yeah,
I'm looking at him right now. He's pretty buff.
I
yeah,
think
he's
they
pretty
should use
buff.
Ving Rhames to play him, and he'd be like a tough talking fucking like coach.
Is Ben Rhames dead? Ben Rhames is dead.
No, Ving Rhames ain't dead.
Yeah, he is.
No shit. Ving Rhames ain't dead.
Jamie, check it out. Look it
Fucking
up.
Marcellus Wallace from Pulp Fiction.
Yeah,
Who is it? What do you want me to look up?
Ving Rhames. He's not dead.
dead. $20. No, I tell you what.
The motherfucker's still alive. He's born in May. He's 65 years old.
Yeah, he's 65.
You're thinking of the black guy from Green Mile, probably.
I want to go. I want
John-
to walk back a statement.
John Coffey?
that Yosemite
Yeah.
may have been a real thing, but this Thomas Lockley.
Oh, we're gonna
guy-
circle back to the Orient.
I know. I'm not willing to say that it wasn't real at this point. I didn't look any of this up prior to the podcast, but he might have been real. Thomas Lockley got in trouble big time for saying that African American slaves were prominent in Japan when they were not. But Thomas Lockley is the only person to ever write a book or anything on Yasuki, and that book came out in 2019. So it
yeah.
seems if he's going to lie about slaves, he might lie about that. Michael Clark is who you're talking about from the Green Mile, and he did die in 2012.
He did.
He was a good guy too. I like
It
that
was
guy.
all them bugs that was in him.
He what?
All them bugs that was in him. Remember all them bugs that flew out of his mouth after he grabbed that dude's unit?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah. All those. That's what happens when you pull the devil out.
That's what happens when you
It
grab
turns-
Forrest Gump up by the cock.
Oh, he was in Armageddon. I forgot that he was. I love.
Yeah, he was. He was
Armageddon.
great. He was.
Yeah,
great.
that's a good movie, man. Do y'all think Armageddon is better than Deep Impact, or Deep Impact is better than Armageddon? Because they both come out.
Well, I
the
don't
same
remember
year.
Deep Impact. So
I'm not gonna.
I don't remember Deep Impact. So
They were kind of this. They were kind of the same movie, though. If you think about it, one just
Yeah.
went up and the other one went down.
Right. Deep Impact is what happens around here about once every 3 weeks.
months, couple months.
Sometimes feels like it. Fucking Deep Impact. Psych. Oh man.
Oh, have middle impact. Who knows?
Speaking of, dude, she had a good joke the other night. So I was on her nerves, and we were laying in bed, and she said, "I just want you to stop talking." She said, "You talk too much, so I'm tired of hearing it." And I said, "Well, I guess I'm gonna start doing sign language. So you're gonna have to learn ASL." And she goes, "How about you shut the fuck up and learn DSL?" And I thought that was fucking hilarious. Pretty good joke. Pretty good. She's been hanging around me for quite some time. Rub it off.
That's fun.
Got a smart mouth on her.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Man,
Oh my
we're-
God.
We laughed. Oh, did we laugh? We laughed about
Oh, did we laugh?
it. We laughed.
Oh, did
Did we laugh?
Oh my gosh, guys! Oh my gosh. All right, I just got another email from corporate. Wow.
Great. About time to wrap it up anyway.
Since we're on the Orient, I've got something I'm shoehorning in here at the end after our
Shoehorn.
last advertisement here.
I have a shoehorn.
When only the best will do, Vanderbilt University Hospital. So this is a rebuttal. This is a rebuttal from Trinity Heart. Again, okay. Let's address the elephant in the room. United Trinity Heart Hospital. The recent attempt at humor, I guess that's humor, is just a mask for their subpar services and questionable practices. Here's the real scoop. Why Vanderbilt is superior. We set the standard in medical care. While United Trinity claims to remember your name, we actually remember your needs and deliver world-class treatment. Who needs cheap laughs when you have genuine expertise? Our state-of-the-art facilities are second to none. Trinity's skanky, outdated infrastructure is more suited for a ghost tour than medical care. At Vanderbilt, we pride ourselves on diversity and inclusion. United Trinity's troubling history and racist policies are a far cry from our welcoming environment. We offer comprehensive care solutions, unlike United Trinity's limited and mediocre offerings. Our broad range of specialties include that you get the precise care you need. Don't be swayed by desperate jabs and false claims. Choose Vanderbilt University Hospital for genuine, high quality care. Excellence without compromise. One of my finest ad reads to date.
That was
I
good
blacked
clapback.
out, dude.
That was good
I mean, that
clapback
is
from
quality.
Vanderbilt. Do you think
Yeah.
That is quality.
did Vanderbilt
Yeah.
give 50,000 or 100,000 for that? Because I think they could afford it.
Could you do it again?
Yeah, we'll do it again.
I'm just-
Bill them twice. Yeah, we'll bill them twice.
All right, so I've got this is I've actually hinted at this at the end of like 3 episodes now that I was going to bring this up. That's how long I've been trying to bring this up. I just haven't been able to get it in because uh all the other millennials out there like us, we constantly go through world events that we really can't ignore on Fine by Me here. So we've got to bring those world events up this week.
God, do I try? Man,
It's impossible.
I know. Fuck.
I was actually sent this by a Tommy Knocker, and then I was sent this by somebody who was just a friend of mine that said this would be fun, like this would be interesting for y'all to talk about. And it's funny that we're kind of talking about the Orient. It's a little bit different of an Orient than this is not China. This is Japan. I think what Josh is doing might be very offensive to any
Nah.
Chinaman out there.
No, dude. No, not if you got this haircut.
He was just bowing for
Now,
people
what Nick's
listening.
doing might be a little extra.
Yeah. But there is
It's
a
hello and goodbye, like aloha.
Konnichiwa.
so in this is kind of prevalent mostly in Japan. But it can be seen all over the world, including the US, China, South Korea, UK, and Germany, but it's easier in
China.
Japan. It's called Johatsu. And what that means is evaporation. And people pay uh, a company or like a person to help them disappear. And it's estimated, and it's obviously most prevalent in Japan because that's where it comes from. But it's estimated that 100,000 people a year commit Johatsu.
Hell yeah.
And it's like you know how traditional like Asian cultures generally are or whatever. Like they don't really talk about things like we talk about them. I guess I don't know how to say this. Like they're
Mental
scared
health.
to
They
talk
don't
about
take-
it. Like
Yeah.
it's a delicate subject, so they try not to bring it up because they don't like they feel like it's not you shouldn't be talking about it pretty much. So 100,000 people in Japan do this a year. The reason why it's easier to do in Japan is because they have very, very strict laws around uh, your own personal what you're doing. So like there's pretty much no way unless you know somebody kidnapped somebody to report a missing person. I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Individual liberties.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah. So like they won't allow you unless you know that somebody took them, then they're like, well, they're out there. If they want to come back, they'll come back. Kind of thing, pretty
Well,
much.
one thing we know about the Japanese for sure is they will see things through till the end. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I've watched some YouTube videos. There's some documentaries on YouTube. I think one of the biggest ones called Into Thin Air. And it actually they interview some people that have done Johatsu, and what they end up doing is they end up just disappearing, going to a different side of Japan, and ended up in like a work camp, like it's
Yeah.
kind of like a homeless camp type of deal. Um, and all they can do is like work at places. Since they don't really have their ID anymore, they can only work at places that pay them under the table.
Construction jobs, hanging drywall, fucking
Yeah.
roofing,
Yeah, it started around
concrete work,
1960, and the main reason why it started
blacktopping,
was because people that they were either
painting.
they were either under like scrutiny, like from their wives or whatever, and divorce is
Street
like
sweeper.
so taboo over there. Like this is less taboo than divorce for them, so they would
Yes,
just
boy.
do it to escape their significant other or whatever, or they had a job that they were kind of tasked to do, but they were just like, I don't want to fucking do this anymore. So they would just pop smoke and vanish. Um, this was pretty much invented to get away from suicide for the most part, because that was the only other way that people got away from these situations, because everything is so like socially taboo over there as far as quitting
Yeah,
a
man.
job, getting fired, going bankrupt, having too much debt.
They're very proud people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like the people that they interviewed, they were like, yeah, I would do it again. It's like, I didn't want anybody to know that I was failing as a person.
Yeah,
So
they just come over here and fucking work at
Sound like a
automotive
very
factories.
judgmental people. They sound like very judgmental
They
people.
are. They are, man. They were also the worst in like our POWs in Japan in World War II, man. They said that they were the worst, even over the Germans. The fucking Germans told the Japanese to chill the fuck out. You know what I mean?
yeah, so 100,000 people, which is a lot of people. Japan's got a lot of people in it though, so it's probably a small drop in the bucket for how many people are in Japan in that small.
Tokyo's the biggest city in the world. Y'all know that? The most populous city in
Yeah,
the world.
yeah. I actually did know that. Just Japan population. I want to see what that is.
Probably like 40 million, 50 million.
125
Yeah, I
million.
was way off. I was a
Golly.
third of that. I didn't
I
think that
guess
there'd be that many
losing,
people.
so in, I guess in like comparison, 100,000 people, like what is a kind of a drop in the bucket compared to 125 million, but that's still like sad.
0.1%.
Still sad that that many people think that they need to escape because of kind of some silly reasons. Let's say suicide
Well, I
rate.
mean, you think about that here. I mean, that's probably the way a lot of dudes feel here. Like, our age dudes that struggle, you don't want to be a failure, a
Yeah, I
lot
mean
of
that's
times.
true.
So, I mean, it's not talked about enough. I think a lot of times that
Yeah, mental health
men
is
are,
starting to
it is getting
come
better.
more and more up, but what
What a beautiful
the
view.
suicide rate or number
Yeah,
of
squirrel.
suicides per
Hmm.
100,000 people increased by 0.08 to 17. So every 100,000 people, 18, we'll say every 100,000 people in Japan, 18 of them commit suicide every year.
Mm,
So that's a
sad.
lot more than Johatsu as far as the 100,000 situation goes. Um, But it's funny. I had to dive a little bit deeper to find how much it costs to do it. And depending on who you are, obviously if you're a really well-known person, it's going to cost you more. Like if you're trying to get out of divorce or maybe bankruptcy or something like that. But it starts at 450 and goes to 2,600.
That's not too bad.
That's American dollars. I converted that from, I can't remember what they're. I'm drawing
Yen.
a blank. Yen
I
is
wasted more money than that trying to get Wash Pros onto Google.
what is it? Oh,
I forgot you.
Japanese is yen. I
Yeah,
thought that.
dude. I study the Orient, dog. I'm over here living it, dude. I've been spending yen all day.
Oh, China is won.
I've been
Yawn,
spending yin and
yawn.
yangs all day, dog.
Have you
Okay.
found any
Sorry for doubting you.
methods of Zen while you've been there? Have you
Any
found
what?
Zen? Have you found any methods of Zen or like
Just
the,
spearmint
the
wintergreen.
structure of Zen or the spirit of Zen in your
No,
mind?
dude. I gave up on that
Any
shit a long time
experiences?
ago.
Yeah. Have you
I
found
just
any
try
good
to.
spots to jump off of any cliffs or anything?
No, dude.
Kind of
No, not at
fit
all.
in with the culture?
I want to get in front of one of these speed trains they got over here.
Yeah.
I want to ride on one of them. Them things are
Yeah,
quick.
dude. That'd be pretty
Zoom
sweet.
zoom.
Zoom, zoom, zoom.
Zoom zoom.
Isn't Japan the only country also that has like a nationwide Wi-Fi for everybody? Like it's just a
Uh,
normal thing to have.
we don't have it here at the castle. We still ride with quill and
They want to
feathers and
keep you
stuff around here.
distracted. They want to keep.
Well, you're in China. You're not in Japan, Josh.
He's in rural.
I'm in Japan. I'm
Oh,
in
I thought
He's in
you were in
Osaka.
rural
China.
Japan.
Oh,
No,
fuck.
dude, I'm in Japan.
I've been wrong this whole episode.
No, dude, we over here in Japan.
I'm over here with
I started the whole podcast
misinformation.
off with a Pearl Harbor joke. The Chinese didn't bomb us at Pearl Harbor.
They're probably
Japan was in China fucking them up at the same time.
they're probably going to next. Hey, if anybody wants to send me any information about the Obama's $65,000 hot dog party, I really wanted to look into that, but
Oh, hey, let me shout out two young boys from the Food City in Cleveland, Tennessee. I was with Tutley. We were buying groceries for everybody for the rafting trip. Like, we stayed in a nice cabin, and our grocery bill was $450, and he convinced these two kids to listen to the podcast first, and then they swiped their Food City membership card and saved us like $70.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I forgot their names. Let's call them Brody and
Jody.
Jabroni.
Brody and Jody.
Yeah, from Cleveland, Tennessee. Shout out to you, boys. They said, I ain't never met nobody with a podcast.
Damn. I know about 9 people just in town that have one.
Cleveland's like right outside of Chattanooga. It's not like a super rural area.
Well,
pretty close to Georgia, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think the Ocoee River is where they had the Olympic stuff in 1996 when the Olympics were in Atlanta.
Yes.
They'd done the water sports at the Ocoee River.
Also, I want to give a shout out to my buddy Tyler McCutcheon. I don't really know how to say his last name, but I sold another Fine By Me T-shirt. It's going to Augusta, Georgia this week.
Oh, home of the Masters, Augusta National. Nice.
Yeah, that's where all of my boys that were in my cabin at church camp. They're all from Augusta.
Huh.
Well, out there spreading the good word, I say, of the podcast.
Spreading the seed, brother.
I'll say, if anybody was worried about me getting the stuff out to Long Sleeves and Ethan Ross, I finally did get those mailed out, and they actually delivered today. Well, one of them did. I got a notification one of them delivered. Maybe the other one didn't get there yet.
I'm going to have to cut the shirts off of this. I'm going to have to cut the sleeves off of this shirt, sew them onto the Fine By Me shirt for Johnny. Because those are short sleeve shirts.
Yeah. Yeah, I let him know beforehand. I was like, hey, man, we don't have any long sleeves, dude.
I hope this is okay. What's he doing? Covering his alopecia and his arms? He's afraid to show that he has hairless arms. That's why he always wears long sleeves.
Give us why is your name Long Sleeves? Let us know next Thursday.
Does he not have any skin on his arms? It just
Long John Dickweed.
Dickweed.
Oh me. Well,
did you know Long John Silver's was a terrible racist? Anyway,
you know that there used to be a porn star named John Holmes, and his nickname was Long Dong Silvers.
Richard Long Dick.
Oh, man. This has been another great episode of Fine By Me.
Love y'all. Take it easy this week, guys.
Yeah.
See you next week for 50.